Hi, my name is Tiffany Foreman, and welcome to our training on Evernote. We're going to start today with a previous training that I led, and with a note page that I started, and then we'll kind of veer off from there depending on questions that come up. So I'm going to screen share first and bring up Evernote. All right, so a lot of times when I'm at home, I use Evernote in the application you can download to your computer. So like there's my little icon there. You can also use it web-based. I have the application, so I launch it, and you can see all my notebooks here, and we'll kind of get into that in a second. But here's the note page that we started with at the training previously. So Evernote is a free account. I actually only have the basic. I have not upgraded to any of the paid for ones. And when I'm working from it, I usually use my computer, but when I'm out and about, I'm obviously using a tablet or a cell phone. I do a lot of copying and pasting that way. And so that's where, okay, so I just read that line to you. Okay, so when we were in the training, we talked about ways you could use Evernote. So I will show you my host email that I send once a month. I take notes in it. Any training I go to, I always take notes in it. Sometimes I even do my notes taking for my team, like when I'm taking notes when coaching with my team, and I don't have a notebook handy or whatever, I'll grab it for that. I love it for recipes for my customers. So I have one notebook for recipes, and then I have a separate notebook for station style because they don't want it broken down like that. They want it like the normal way. You could do to-do lists. There's even little ways you can put check boxes in there. Anything you're doing to track your team. And then what I do is I have a lot of links that I access regularly. So here's a hyperlink, and that's something that I'll show you to do in a second. But you see how my mouse kind of changes to a hand when I do that? And you guys can answer.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so when I click that, because I already hyperlinked this, this should take me to another notebook. It's probably going to take me web-based. All right, so this is a notebook that I access a lot because people will ask me, hey, where's your notebook for blah, blah, blah. So like this is the link that I would share with my customers because they just want to get to my recipes. And then my team wants to get to my station style breakdowns. I'll tell my team if they're looking for something that, which folder these are in. So these are some commonly accessed links. So these actually will take you to different Evernote notebooks. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I made the mistake of opening a window this morning. Okay, so there is a group on Facebook that is dedicated to Evernote. When it first started, there was a lot of activity every day about people asking questions every day. But I don't necessarily go in there a lot anymore unless I'm actually more of a sharer than I am looking for something, unless it's something very specific. All right, so that was to show you kind of what a hyperlink is, but I'll show you how to create one too. So I'm gonna go back to Evernote. This is web. I was in the a web page here. All right, so there's a difference between a notebook and a note. So think about like how you organize your files on your computer or how you would organize your filing cabinet. Sometimes, like if you were saying taxes, you'd want a big file and then every year has a separate file within there. Or if you're talking about training may have, the Sweet 16 we just attended, and it might have tips from the top. It might have the last time you attended a spring launch or national conference. So I am not as good about using tags as I am about using notebooks. So like when I minimize that, you can see you can sort by tag, and then I'm more organized in my notebook arena. So if I double click on this, you'll see on the left here, all my notebooks that I have in here. Mm-hmm. So this very similarly mirrors, I'm gonna pull this up for you to see. It's very similar to like my documents. So like when my team asks, oh, sorry, I was minimizing that. All right, so if my team says, hey, where are your fundraiser documents? And I'm like, okay, well, there's a fundraiser folder on Evernote, and then there's also a fundraiser folder on our team section. So I kind of lump them together similarly like that. So it just depends on how organized you are with your My Documents versus, and this can help link you over to Evernote. Now, they don't match word for word, okay? Like not everything that I have in My Documents is in Evernote. But I find myself saving more things in Evernote these days than I do My Documents.
Okay, Tiffany, what's the difference in Dropbox?
All right, Dropbox is like a cloud.
Okay.
So like that's where it's like I actually don't use My Documents anymore. Like, let me minimize this. All right, because you know how every computer has My Documents?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so even though there's going to be a folder in there that says Pampered Chef, I really don't use it anymore, and I use I use Dropbox. So I can give my team, see the little people that are over here? That means I've shared it. So my team basically has access to every single document I have. And because I started Dropbox back when a lot of people weren't on it, I have 20 free gigs of space. So my Dropbox occasionally gets filled up, but it's because of my personal pictures. I have my cell phone pictures saved to Dropbox, and I have to move them out because they take up too much space. But like my folder, that's just my Pampered Chef folder. I mean, it's just Word documents and stuff. It's not like it's a lot, it's very big. But I can give my team access to this folder, and they can access anything they want. My one restriction is if you're going to edit something, you need to save it as first onto your own computer, because literally this is my copy of all of these documents. Mm-hmm. All right. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know some people use Google Docs. There was a couple other things floating around at different points in time. I used to bombard my new consultants with like, oh, here's all my recipes. And it would take me like 4 emails to send them to them in Word documents. So now if I just give them access to this, they'll say, hey, where's the blah, blah, blah you talked about? I can tell them which folder it's in.
Okay.
All right. And you'll notice the same thing I told you guys at the other meeting, like how I number them. This is probably by the ones I access the most. So I didn't want to have to go all the way down to H to find my host folder. That's why I labeled them 01, 02, 03. Look, I have 2 02s because I can't count. And I'm missing an 8, whatever. So this is just how my mind works. All right, so the same thing kind of over in Evernote. For example, the Sweet 16 class we took, I have that under the training notebook. And then within that notebook, it's like I have a 5-subject notebook here. Okay, so the first subject is Sweet 16, and it's done alphabetically. That's why this one's first. And you can see here are all the notes that we had the other day. And what I've been trying to do is label one 00 or 00, so that can be like my main one that I can put the link to the entire notebook in. So this is the notebook I shared with you guys that you can then, like if you copy and paste this right now, just let it take a second. It's going to take you directly to the web-based version of this. All right. And so like you can click join the notebook or you can just view it. So if we just want to view it, you can see all the notes just like the ones I have right here.
Yay.
So that's nice that like only one person has to type and then everybody has access to it.
Right.
And like when you're not like let me log out of Evernote here on this end so that you guys can see what it looks like. Let me put that link back in there. All right, so you guys should be, if you join the notebook, it will then pop it down into your Evernote.
I did that yesterday.
Yeah, so when you click join, then when you are in Evernote, I don't want to log in right now, but if you were in Evernote, like it should pop up in one of these over here.
Yeah, that's what I got to find out is how to, it just brought it over into my notes.
Yes.
And then I think I made a notebook. No,
right.
I wanted to make a notebook and then put that into the notebook.
Yep. So, like, see up here, you have the plus notebook or plus a note.
Right.
Or add a notebook. So that's what I did when we sat down that night. I created a notebook, and then for every time somebody got up, I added a new note. So, like, you know how they've been doing the tips at the top calls, and I'm a little behind here, but like, so here's my tips from the top. So that I would have, I think this was the recorded call or something, but a lot of times I put the web address in here because if I'm on my phone and you say, hey, Tiffany, do you have Stacey Turner's host coaching call? I go, yep. And I'll highlight this from my phone and I'll paste it right to you. So you get the link because you really want the link. But that's why I put that in there. That's why you'll see a lot of mine named like that because that's the name that will get you there. I mean, that's the link that will get you there. All right, so you can make as many notebooks as you want. I do not share all of my notebooks with my team. That's why that link page that I had was only the shared notebooks because like this one, I have this one labeled O1 Tiffany. This is my personal notebook. So like this is just things that I need to access that I don't need my team to access. Or like see my mom notebook down here. This is for when my mom was going through breast cancer and I took a note every single time we saw a doctor or had an appointment or whatever. So like, I don't need my team to access that, but I shared that notebook with my sister and my mom and my husband and brother-in-law. So you can pick who you want to, share with, and everything is private until you decide to make it public. So if we go back to my notes page here, I'm going to scroll down for a second and talk about private versus public. That was down here. If say, okay, so back in the Sweet 16, like when I made it, it was a private notebook. And so I had to, I think I right-clicked it and went to properties. Nope, that wasn't it. Right-click and go to share notebook. So it's going to take a second for this notebook to come up. Oh, nope, that's not it either. I don't like that one. Modify. That's what I want. Modify sharing. All right. Now, if this was not a public link, it would underneath it says, do you want to make this link public? And I hit yes. So that then Evernote provides me with this link. So all of my links start with www.evernote/pub/Tiffany Foreman/ and then see how this right here mirrors this. So whatever I name the notebook is exactly what it's going to be called.
Cool.
All right. So that's when I take all of those. And because you can't copy this, like you can click it, but you can't copy it. So that's why I have that one page that's listed links. Because I want to be able to get to that quickly and just copy and paste from here. So you can see how they're all the same. Evernote.com/pub/Tiffany Foreman/ whatever the name of the notebook is that I created the notebook.
Nice and easy.
Evernote does that automatically?
Yes.
I mean, you name the notebook and it saves it with that name.
Yes, it creates that link to that public notebook.
Okay, and if you share a notebook with us, like the Sweet 16 notebook, and we go in and save it and then do something with it, we're not affecting what you've done. Is that right?
With a shared notebook, I need to look at that. Cause this is a shared notebook. This is from the share group, update dinner's done. If I go in here, you can set it so people can't edit it.
Mm-hmm.
So this may be set it so it's not editable. Let me pull up a note and I can show you. All right, so if we're in Suite 16.
Because that's the thing I've noticed about Dropbox is that my team tends to,
edit
they
yours.
take a brownie pan notebook and they change it with all their information and then they save it with their information. And so the next time somebody wants to get to it, they have to, it's not just generic, it's
they have to
specific.
save it. That's why I always tell them, you have to save as.
Oh, I know I told them, but.
Exactly. You tell them, but yes. All right. So say this notebook here, I can modify the sharing. So I can create a public link for it. So, okay. So see how that's all wacky or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I would go to Tiny CC and copy and paste that into something different for the individual note, which is what I do a lot for individual notes anyway. And then if I change the permission on it, oh, it's not shared with anybody, so I can't change it. So, like, let me show you one that is. I know some recipe ones are. Let's just see if this one says. Oh, I gotta find one that's, I know I've got them that are shareable, but it's probably more like, let me try this one. All right, so see, these are the people that have like either asked to be in there or whatever, and you can modify it so they can only view it. They can edit it, or they can edit and view, edit and invite or whatever. So if I don't want to mess them with it, I'm going to put they can only view it. Save changes. So yeah, you can do that with anything. You can modify it. So I think with a shared notebook, I'd probably have to Google that myself and find that in the frequently asked questions or something. Because if it's a shared notebook, like you'd want my changes, because I shared it with you. If I made a change to it, you'd want it reflected in your thing. So like that's what we were saying at the meeting the other day, is like once I went through, if I'd already shared this with you, now Debbie, go to yours because you had it in there. And then since then, I think I've added all the YouTube videos.
Okay.
So like if you look at yours, hopefully that update, you'll see that.
I'm going to look.
Okay, look at yours real quick. Because as soon as I did that, I typed all those YouTube links in and then I hit sync.
I don't think I moved it over. I don't think I did it right. Remember, it wouldn't do it at that day because I was on my tablet.
Okay.
So I'll do it right now. I did do this, the Stacy Itzel one.
Yes.
That one I did. But that didn't have anything synced, so I'll grab that other one quick now.
So yeah,
And you recommend that you do the program that you download, not the web version of Evernote. Is that right?
When I'm on my computer, I just tend to go to my computer-based one more. I don't know if it's just that I never got, the web-based one looks very similar. It's just that I'm more comfortable using this version.
Yeah, I'm on the web-based one right now, and it does look totally different.
Yeah.
So it's whatever look you like. I think it's doing the same thing, but that's why I was just playing at the same time on my other computer, and it definitely looks different.
Yeah, so if I sign
Hers looks more like your normal folders, files on your computer. The other one is more a little fancier, so it can get a little confusing type of deal.
Yeah, like I like the simplicity of the one on my computer.
And the one on my iPad looks different too.
Yes, iPad even looks different as well. So like say I had jumped on, like what I did is I jumped on Nancy Joe's computer and I logged in web-based. So that's nice that you can do that, because it is web-based. So I can get it to it from any computer that I need to. But like here's the notebooks here. So they look, it just looks a little different. I guess I just like this. I can see more on this version, but it also has to do with the view that I have it set on too. All right, so let me go back.
So I see a lot of documents that are made with Evernote. People like you that are generous and share great ideas and things. And then I tried to create some of my own, and I can't seem to make them look nice.
Yes.
And I guess this may seem basic, but you can't take like a Word document and then save it into Evernote and expect it to look the same. Is that
Exactly.
right?
So
you kind of almost have to create it in Evernote.
Sometimes what I do is I'll launch Word and I'll create it in Word. Because even like sometimes when I take pictures off the internet, they're too big. And I have a hard time editing a picture in Evernote. So what I'll do is I'll come over, like, okay, so here's my Evernote training that I did for you guys. I did it in Word first. And then I literally went Control A, which is copy all, copy, went over to Evernote and made a new note and then pasted it in the body of the note. So that I could, do all my editing a little bit easier over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I do the same thing with pictures. Like, for example, I copied and pasted something from, we don't need this note, hold on. All right, so let me find the recipe that I was doing yesterday. Recipe. All right, so the lazy lasagna soup, I thought I had this in Evernote, and obviously I didn't. But see how big this picture is? Like, I don't like my pictures that big. So what I would do is I would take it and cut it out of Evernote, go over to Word. Let me just start a new Word document real quick.
What version of Word do you have? Just curious.
I don't know. It's like one of the new ones that I just.
Is it the web-based version, like the
No.
one that you get the subscription to, or the one you buy and you download on your computer?
I think it's the one I buy and I download.
I have an old one. I didn't realize how old it was until I have the suite of Office products.
Yes. All right. So
Might be time for an update.
I just dragged the corner to make it smaller. Now I'm going to cut it again. And I'm going to go back over to Lazy Lasagna and I'm going to paste it. See, it's little. That's what I like.
But you can't do that directly in Evernote.
You can. I'm just not well versed on how to do that. It's called like annotate a picture, and I just have not figured out how to do that well. And when I asked one of my other friends, Christina Bailey, I think I was asking her, because I copied a lot of stuff from her at the beginning, and I'm like, how do I edit these pictures and make them smaller? She's like, just put them in Word real quick and copy them back over. I was like, oh, thank you, because that was much easier.
Well, if you can't do it, then I'm sure it's an advanced. If it's advanced enough, you can't do it. I can't do it.
I couldn't figure out how to do it. So, and like sometimes, this is something I copied directly from Pampered Chef. So they already had the bullet points there. They already had it numbered. And whenever you go and get a recipe from the website, go to your own website, because these are already automatically hyperlinked. I didn't have to hyperlink these. So watch this. When I click on Food Chopper.
Nice.
It takes me over here. Now it should be on, I may not have done this right. It should be on my webpage. So what I should have done is done this, www.pampered chef. All right, and then if you go here, and then I want the lazy, recipe.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen a result of only 2 things.
Me neither. That's why I was like, am I going to get the right one?
Usually it's like 200.
Okay, so here's the lazy lasagna soup. All right, and so what it should do is they were supposed to fix these, so they went directly to our website. So it would keep mine in there. Let's see if this works. If I copy and paste this.
Yep.
See, there's my name in it. This is on my website.
That's pretty cool.
So
That's awesome.
Always search for your recipes on your website.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On your website as a guest, not as a consultant, or does it matter?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not logged in. Oh, I guess oh no, that's just my picture. Yeah, because I'm not signed in, see, because it would normally have your name there. So yeah, and then what I would do.
But go back to the screen before, the one to the tab to the left, where you logged in there. I think you might have been. That's the one you copied it from. No.
This one?
That one.
Yes, I'm not logged in. I just went to my website to start. So like if I hit the back button.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. Like, see how I went just to my website and I'm not logged in. See how it says sign in? I'm not logged in.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so go to your website, search for whatever recipe you want, and then paste it. And then because I'm dorky, I would not want the font to be different, so I would change the font back to what I had before because I can't take it. So I would do that, and then it's probably like 12. That looks about right.
That looks good.
All right, so see, and then what I do is I have this same thing that I copy and paste at the bottom of every single document.
Now, you shared recipes on the Facebook group. That means we got to go in and edit them all, right?
Yeah, because they're going to have my name on them. So what I did is when somebody shared their recipe book with me, let me go back over here. I copied all of their recipes and they said, where do you want to save them? Because Evernote will ask you, when you go to save a note, it will ask you what notebook do you want to save it in? And I said I want it in my recipe notebook.
Okay.
So then I went through and let's just say, for example, like I know this is one of the ones I just did. Oh. Let's see if I did this right. See, I haven't done that yet. So what I would do is I would go over to one that I already have it done on.
Copy and paste it over.
Yep. Let's say this one. See, this one's a little bit different. So this is what I really want them all to look like. Somebody else had this, and whoever I copied them all for, hers was red. So I just changed them all to like aquas and blues and then changed the information to mine. And now, so anytime I go into a recipe, and sometimes it's like I have to sort it by the date that it was added.
Right.
Because I want to just do the most recent ones or whatever. So like grilled pizza I did yesterday, or I just did that one this morning. That was Marna's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just copy and paste. There we go. And then I'm just
Did you say that automatically just saves it, right?
yeah, it just saves it. There's I don't have to hit save.
Okay. And by the way, I joined the Sweet 16 Years to Soar. Now, what did you want me to do?
You should be able to
Sorry, got a new I'm sorry, what?
okay, so you should be able to, like, if I delete something, let's test this out. If I go into Sweet 16, let's just say in the accountability group, I just delete this paragraph. All right, it's syncing. All right, now go into hit sync on yours.
Okay, where's sync?
Depending on if you're using a web-based or computer-based, it's maybe up at the top.
I'm doing web-based right now. I want to do what you did, but I didn't do that yet, so.
Let me see.
Account settings.
It may automatically just, because it's web-based, is going to search it. So just go into 17 and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, it's off already.
Okay. So by you grabbing it like that, any edit I make, you're going to see the change.
Nice.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. Can you?
That was like, because I shared the notebook with her.
Okay.
So
That's it's actually in the Facebook group, the retreat group.
Okay.
It's in
So
there.
if I go there,
I just clicked on the link and it said join or view, and I clicked join.
let's see here. I'm trying to find it
Here's-
on. So, for
It's
example,
towards the bottom.
Here, let me do this. Let me go
is it
to,
like the grilled dessert pizza? I can click on that one, right?
yep, you click on that one.
All right, got it. All right, so, and then
If I go to the retreat page.
there's an arrow symbol or a little page symbol. Let's see.
Oh, wrong.
So I can share it.
Are you what? Just put. I think it's Nancy. It's Ryan. There it is. Are you on web based or are you on the app?
Good question.
All right, so see, because I'm logged
On
in,
my computer, so I think it's on my computer. It's not.
You type www.evernote.com, right?
No.
oh, she's using it like I am. She's using
Okay.
it computer-based, not web-based.
So that's,
Right.
All right, so when you click on that link, it's going to take you to the internet. So see how I was in here? I
Right.
clicked this
Yeah,
link,
I
took
see
me to
it.
the internet.
Okay. It says, then it's got the evernote.com, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, okay, so you can view the note.
Well, right now it's
Does it
weird.
say, does yours say save the note?
It just came up and it says Pampered Chef, independent consultant. So now let's see, I've got some options. Okay, I can save the note.
Yep, now you save it and you pick what notebook you want to save it in.
Wait, no, that just saved it to my computer. Like it downloaded it. It didn't save it.
This one right, like, does it see in this green bar right here, does it say save to Evernote?
Hang on. It took me out of it somehow. Hang on, let me go back. Okay, all right, so I'm back to that. So I've got, oh yeah, save to Evernote. Yeah.
So save to Evernote, so click that, and then a
Alright.
box will pop up and it will say, ask you what notebook you want to save it in.
Okay, this says this email address is already in use.
Oh, go to sign in. That happens all the time because it's wanting you to create. Right below that in the sign-in box, it says sign in instead of that.
It just says create account. And I know, it says already have an account. Hang on. This is weird.
It does that to me. It did that to me when we were at Nancy Joe's, it was doing that to me every time. I had to sign in.
Yeah,
every
so
time.
I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, what is this doing? All
Yeah,
right.
but that's good that you brought that up because I went through the same thing and now people listening to the training will know they're
Yes.
not going crazy either.
Okay, all right. Here's my issue right now, though. It says create an account. I know I have an account. And then at the bottom, it says create an account, but I can't click on it. It's like the box it won't let me click on it.
Wait, hold on one sec.
Yeah, so I've had this trouble before. And I'm trying, I got rid of the bottom.
All right, so here, so I'm logged out. I want to save it to Evernote.
Okay.
I hit save and see you already have an account, but see down here, you can barely see it. It says already have an account, sign in. That's what?
That's where I can't go down that far. Something's wrong with the screen because
Mine does that too. Why does it do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I cannot get down that far.
Okay, put your cursor in the password button and hit tab.
In the password, okay.
And then hit tab and it will move the box down a little bit.
All right.
See how it's going?
Let's see.
I hit tab, it goes to terms and services, then it goes to privacy, then it goes to...
Yeah,
right, so
that'll do it. Okay.
Now hit sign in.
Okay. That's so weird though. Why couldn't I do that before?
Because you weren't hitting tab. You were trying to scroll probably.
Yeah. But still, that's weird. Okay.
All right, so then you can sign in.
Oh, wait. Incorrect password.
So you don't know what your password is. So you may need to hit forget password.
Let's see. Shoot. Okay. I've done this a couple times. Okay. Yeah, I got to get back in. I'm sorry.
Okay. And for some reason, I got to figure out why mine right now is defaulting to Power Club. I must have done something that it's defaulting to Power Club, but I usually just change it to whatever folder or whatever notebook I want to go in. So with this one, I'd want it to go into recipes. But
now, I did another training on this, and it said that you wanted to default everything to your inbox.
Yes, Paula was doing that too, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's so that she can edit it first and then decide where to put it.
Okay.
But I really kind of skip that step, and I just go right to the notebook I want it to go into.
Okay.
Now, like I joined, I don't know, have coffee, the Sweet 16 one, that's in join notebook. So there's different notebooks also.
Yes. So you can have joined a notebook. Okay, let me go back over to my thing. I'm trying to think which one.
Okay, so now I'm back. All right, so.
I might have deleted the ones that I had joined because I had joined somebody's recipe notebook, copied all the recipes out, and then I unjoined it.
Okay, so I could just click on it and then unjoin it if I want to. So right now your Sweet 16 one is in my joined.
Yeah, so that means any edit I make, you're going to see.
Okay.
But if you wanted to type your own notes,
right,
you'd probably want to make a copy of it in your, like, underneath your own notebook.
So how would you copy that though?
You could literally drag it, I think. Or no, wait a minute. Okay, if you right click,
It says rename or leave.
yeah. So you can.
I didn't get as many. See, you get more when you're in the way you're in compared to the way I'm in. I like your way better. I'm going to do that. But
Oh, how I'm viewing it? Yeah, and I think this is the view. Okay, so I have it viewed as a list instead of a snippet.
mm-hmm.
And then you can also view it as, oh, where'd that go? Oh, I don't know where that just went. Okay, so right now, you kind of like see every notebook I click in, you're going to see the notes that are, oh. Welcome to presentation mode. I do not want to do that.
So if I download the dessert pizza, I just did that. So I want to change it from your information to mine in my Evernote.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. And then this gets confusing because now I have Evernote on the web open, but I also have Evernote on my desk.
Now, if you do that, I do that sometimes, and what happens is you'll get what's called conflicting changes because you're trying to make changes in both sides.
Okay.
And it's trying to keep up with you.
So where do I make the changes? On my desktop or on?
Wherever you want, just do it all in one place. Like for this particular note, like you can switch back and forth. Like say I'm going to edit this one right now and save it and sync it, and then. But like if you want to copy and paste your name, like just because I move faster in the web-based, I would do everything web-based.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm sorry, computer-based. I'm sorry.
Oh, computer-based.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm computer-based right now.
Okay, for those that don't know, how do you get the computer-based?
You go to evernote.com, I believe, and it allows you to download it. Evernote.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, okay, so now it's not on my desktop yet. How
You're
do
right. It does let you download.
See right there, download Evernote?
Yeah.
You can download that so that you're not in the web.
How do we sync it between the desktop and?
I usually go to the desktop version and I hit the sync button right here.
Let me see. Okay, that's okay.
And see, when you're in the web-based, there was no sync.
Yeah, because you're working live.
Right.
So what I like about this is like, say, Lynn, when you and I are in the airport, and let's just say we didn't have Wi-Fi.
Right.
I prefer to work in it like this versus trying to have to get on the internet and all that mess.
Okay.
So this I can access without, I can't sync it until I'm on, but I can work in it all day long.
And then you just sync it when you
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right,
Think of it as old P3. You don't have to be on the internet to use it.
Nice.
Does that help? So like
Yes.
for example, here's another notebook that I use. Okay, so I have my team trading notebook, and within that, like DDD is for my my upline is Downey director something. So like all of our trainings are there. For our meetings, I have what's called team time. So every time we do a team meeting, I take the agenda and I have someone, like my agenda is, pretty streamlined at first. And then as we go through the meeting, I have a girl that will take notes for me. And so she types the notes in here. Anything else we say additionally that's not typed in. This is just something that we copy and paste from the planner and put it in a Word document. And like our recognition's a little bit different than like what's in the planner. So we just use the same folder and roll it forward the same file every single month. But it allows me to attach the handouts so that when
how'd you do that?
Yeah.
How'd you attach that handout?
All right, so let me.
That looks like advanced Evernote training.
See the paper
I
clip?
have a basic question here. In a minute.
Wait, where's the clip? Is it underneath our faces, maybe?
Hold on. You can drag can you see me dragging, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you can drag that box out of your way of our faces. But it's the paper clip at the end of like where the color font, the bold, bullet points, alignment, keep going over to the right, and then you'll see paper
Oh,
clip.
I see it now. Okay.
Okay. Hey, Tiffany, back to the, I'm updating the recipe. All right. Okay. So when I go to change the website to mine versus yours,
Yes.
how do I make it a link?
It does it automatically.
No, it didn't, which is weird. Like I just took out your name and put in my name, and then that my name isn't blue.
Hold on.
Do I have to start the whole www
Like
part?
this? Like which part do you want to be blue?
Where you have www.pamperedchef.biz/Tiffany.
Yes, hit enter one time.
Wait.
Like go into the note, like after you type all your stuff and hit enter, like move it down one.
I did. It didn't work. That's
Hit
why it did.
hyperlink?
It did for my email address. It
Yes.
did not for this one. So I don't understand.
But you have the www?
Do I have to type it all over again?
You might, yes. I've noticed that with websites, yes.
Okay, let me try that.
So yeah, like so if I went in here and deleted this and then
Nope, that didn't work either.
So if I just type, is yours like this? Is that your email address, Lynn Gant? I mean, is your webpage like, okay.
Yeah.
So see how it didn't do that. Okay, so let's do this.
And then I just retyped it all over again, and only the first W was blue. So that didn't help either.
Oh, what's your web page?
We're sad we can't find your page.
Oh, that's not good.
What's your page?
I think she typed the name wrong.
LYNNEGANTT.
She had one T, that's why.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so there's Lynn's thing. This is a good example on how to do a hyperlink. All
Okay.
right, so I'm highlighting, I'm copying, I'm going over to the note.
Okay.
Oh, where we go? We're back over here. I want this to be a hyperlink. I'm going to highlight that whole thing. I'm going to right click, hyperlink.
Okay.
I'm going to edit the hyperlink because I already had one there because it's going to default to mine. Let me just delete it. Let me delete it first. All right, let me do this. Ooh. Remove. Okay, if I remove the hyperlink, this is not going to take me anywhere. All right, so if I highlight it, hyperlink, add. So now that makes it, so even if you typed the word website and you wanted to make that go to your website, same thing. Highlight, hyperlink, add, there's the website. So see how that hyperlinked it?
Okay.
And now it's a hand.
All right. I'm a hands-on kind of girl, so I got it. I'm doing this. Okay, so then I go there and I paste it in there.
Yep. Once you hit add, you're going to paste it.
Well, I hit, okay. Oh, well, if you just copy and paste it, it's also works, I believe.
Yep.
So I didn't even have to do that.
That's just an example of how I hyperlink.
Okay. All right. So hang on. I'm going to see a Mac is different about, okay. Got it. Okay. So thank you.
You're welcome. So say, for example, like my host letter that I send to my hostesses. Now, I told you guys, this is just a guide. All right. So I know hostesses don't read Jack, but I'm not liking this version. I need to go back.
You know what? It didn't, when I right clicked it, it doesn't say, oh, it's on a Mac, it says link.
Okay. Instead of hyperlink. Okay.
Yes. Just FYI.
Right.
And you can edit or remove it.
Okay,
but
great.
If you copied and pasted it, it's all good anyway.
All right, so see how, okay, so here's a hyperlink. So I typed, watch this video, and then I went to this, let me just pull this link up first. All right, so this video is called whatever this is right here. So I go to the link, copy, go into Evernote, highlight, and let me remove it. So I'm going to add it. All right, so see that word? You can do anything, and you can link it to anything you want. I just prefer to go to the website first and make sure I have the link right.
Mm.
You know, because like, for example, if we're here and Lynn wanted to link her outlet, like she would highlight this whole thing, because typing it, you may make a mistake like I did. So I copy it from the website first and then paste it into the link. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, so go to whatever you want to hyperlink, do that. So like within Evernote, I hyperlink. So back to this host notebook or host letter. Here's my January letter. That one happened to take you out of Evernote, like to the web. All right, now this one, once you logged in, blah, 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 host dashboard. Okay, so click here if you need help with the dashboard. So when they click here, this is taking them to another note that I created. And so here is the note. Okay, this is the host dashboard. This is because home office won't give us a video to show our hostesses, so they have no idea how to use the host dashboard. We can watch a video all day long, but we can log into Consultants Corner. So I just took screenshots one day and made this.
You're so good.
It was it was out of necessity. And so what I did is I created a show, I logged in as the hostess, and then I basically took a picture of every single step I was doing. All right, so this is created within Evernote. So remember I told you guys during the training that I have a notebook called Hyperlinks?
Yes.
This is everything that I would hyperlink somewhere else. So where's that one that we were just doing, host dashboard?
Might be down further. You have it spelt wrong up on top.
I know, I'm trying to move y'all's picture. There we go. Oh, host dashboard is what I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, stop it.
Is that because you have it open?
I hope I don't have it. I might have it in the wrong folder. I might have moved it to my host folder instead.
You shared with the link of your most popular, what is it called? Hang on. Your most commonly shared notebooks. I just clicked on the one that's called Hyperlink, and it says public notebook not found.
All right, hold on. Let me go over there.
That it's fine if you don't want us to have access to it. I mean,
oh no,
you're
sometimes I just
more than generous in everything you've shared. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm doing something wrong or.
Oh, there we go. See, I don't have it public. There you go. I'll make it public. There you go.
Okay, slow down a second. All right, so if we're creating a new notebook, like I just did one for recipes, okay, because this is different than the online training where they said to put everything, in like one Pampered Chef notebook, so you don't have so many. But I think in the way that you're organizing, so I like that. Okay, so I just created a new notebook that was recipes. All right, now when I click on it, there's an arrow within the side of a box, okay? Then it brings up, it says share notebook. So I guess this is if I want to share it with somebody directly, enter their name or email.
Yes, okay, so that's like, so that would be, if I clicked this and then hit share notebook, this is what comes up. So if I wanted to email this to you, I don't have I've had more trouble emailing this to someone than I have, like, because the other two directors that I do stuff with, we'll try to email stuff back and forth, and it's called it comes up like in a work chat. So you can see here where we've work chatted things back and forth to each other. And it's like you have to log into Evernote to see it.
How do you save that and work chat to another notebook?
What's that?
If there's something somebody sent you and you were in that chat page.
Yeah, like over here?
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to save it. How do you do that? I can't seem to do that.
Let me see. Oh. I wonder if I copied it.
So.
No. All right, hold on. And see, these are mine, so that's probably why they're not coming up. Let me find something that's not mine.
Now, is this the same question if you are trying to organize the notebooks that are already in there? If you have something in one notebook and you want to move?
When I have something in one notebook, like there's times I've accidentally moved things and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to do that. Like say I accidentally drag this and I move it there. Well, then they do what it's called a stack. And I'm like, oh, I don't want those stacked together. So I just drag it back up to my main notebooks and it unstacks it. Well, it took that one out, so then I'll take this one back up there too. And it unstacked them. But like, say I wanted like my bridal ones to be with my hosts, you would stack the notebooks. Or you have to, if you don't want them stacked, like here's an example of stacked notebooks. Here I have 3 stacked notebooks, Power Club 1, Power Club 2, and Power Club 3.
Uh-huh.
Those are stacks. But let's
That
say
makes sense because they are all the same basic topic.
yes, but I took the class 3 times. So I wanted it to be separate, you know, because the homework was maybe a little different or whatever. So if I wanted all the notes from in Power Club 3 to be in Power Club 2, you could like highlight them. Like, okay, so if I click one, you know how you can hit the shift button and click the other one and they all highlight?
Mm-hmm.
I could drag those into that notebook.
Okay, and then how did you get them to stack again?
Just put one on top of another. So like if I wanted Margot to go into hyperlink, do that and they just automatically stack.
Okay. All right. Now, when you're like, I created a notebook in here, the new one. Where's the settings to make it shared or?
Okay. So when you right click, go to modified sharing.
Hang on a second. On the notebook?
Yeah. Right click on the notebook name.
All right.
And then mine said it wasn't public and I had to hit make it public.
So mine gives the screen says share notebook, publish notebook
Publish.
settings.
Try publish.
Okay. Now, what I also put, now sharing it is just sending an email to somebody, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to do that.
Modify is giving the permission.
Okay. So now I have made
Like,
it.
for example, my mom's, I don't think I have my mom shared, so this will be good.
Okay. So.
Oh, I do. And Jim's the only one that can see it. Okay. Let me do that.
Okay. Do I need to change anything?
Okay. So here would be what it would come up when you haven't sent it to anybody before and you just hit publish. And then it automatically makes the public link. It's Evernote, your public pub for public, your name, whatever your login is. And then it defaults to whatever you named the notebook.
All right. Hang on. Mine is different.
Because are you on a Mac?
Yes. So I'm looking, where do I find that? Where do I find the
modified sharing?
Yes.
All right. So right click on the notebook. I hope yours does that. Or do you
that's what I'm trying to make sure. So if I right click on it, it just says share notebook, manage. Now it says manage notebook permissions.
Do that one.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Because I'm looking, I need to know what that link is, right? Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's the link to that notebook.
Yes. All right. And because I have a hard time, I don't know why it won't let us copy. Literally when you go to my modified sharing. Okay. So I can't copy this. See how it won't let me copy?
Okay. Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's
stupid.
Yeah, stupid. There you go. It's stupid. Okay, so that's why I have my links folder, or my links thing, because then I can go in here and say www.evernote.com/pub/Tiffany M Foreman / and then what it was named. So this one was named recipe.
Wait, okay, hold on a second. So you can't copy it, right?
Right.
So what did you do to get it into your hyperlinks folder or notebook?
I typed it.
Oh my gosh.
What it was, and she just typed it.
Because I know they're all the same, so that's why I just went like this. Lynn, are you seeing my screen right now?
Mine has an edit button on it. Does yours?
No.
Mine has, if I go into it, let's see. Cancel that. Okay. If I go in there, it says, let me see what happens.
Oh yeah, you can change the name that you want it to be, but it's only giving you the last little bit.
Okay. But you know what? If I clicked on it, it takes me to it on the web and I can copy it there. Right?
Exactly. Yes.
All right. And then I can put it in my hyperlinks.
Yeah, so that's probably what I did for a lot of them, like when they were like too long or whatever. Yeah, so like here's the notebook that I just did. I could copy and paste that notebook because I know like all this is crap right here. And I just need this.
Okay.
So
And
I
then
can
do you
that.
also name it in your hyperlinks folder?
No, because I can tell what it is.
Because it says recipes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then what I did is somebody else, I mean, this is not long at all, but if you want it even shorter, you could copy that link, go over to whatever shortening website you use. I use TinyCC because I could all mine save in like almost like a all right, and then you would just paste it here and call it whatever you want.
All right. Here's a question for organization. I made the notebook that says hyperlinks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. You made a notebook like that.
Hang on. Yes.
Did we make one or did we just join yours? I think I just joined yours.
But all of mine are very specific. So they're all going to have my name and everything in there. So what I would suggest is you create that folder, then you save each of my links into your folder and edit them. That way, any change you make is going to save on your individual note. Plus your links will be individualized. Because you don't want to take this note and then them have my information all over this.
Right. Okay. So I have the notebook. I have my new hyperlink for the recipes. Do I have to save? Do I have to do a note in the notebook to do that, or is it just go in the notebook?
Hold on a second, Lynn. Go so that you can see me. Can you see go back to the screen share? Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about 3 different things, I think. Okay. So I have a recipe notebook that I give my customers the public link to this recipe folder. They can get that way. They can get all these pages if they want to view all these. Then I have a hyperlink folder. This folder is just things I access or I hyperlink other places. Because in my host letter, I hyperlink to the steals and deals. I hyperlink to the what's cooking. I hyperlink to the direct ship rates. Okay, so that's my hyperlink folder. But then I have another note that is just hyperlinks. That these are just things that I commonly need to copy and paste to people. Just the whole link. So if you say, Tiffany, can you share your recipes with me? I would just send you this whole link.
Okay.
So this may be, yeah, I know. That was a little, yeah, so that's a little kind of crazy there. But I didn't want you to, because I'm using hyperlink, I guess, in 2 different ways.
So you have a hyperlink notebook.
Here's my hyperlink notebook.
And that's commonly used hyperlinks. Then
No. My hyperlink notebook is things that these notes are linked to other places. So like in, for example, my host folder, my host letter, where's January? There she is. All right, so when I go, we didn't get to this far yet. When they say, if host and guest specials, see attached or click here. Mm-hmm. This is a hyperlink.
Okay.
This is stuff that is saved in my hyperlink folder. My notebook. So this one, for example, is the January steals and deals. Oh, crap. Let me go back. So I would go back over here, January steals and deals.
So how did you get that Pampered Chef logo and stuff in there? Did you add the PDF with the little paper clip?
Yes. All right, so my steals and deals picture, I think is what you're talking about.
I'm training. Let me get off. Hang on a second.
Oh,
okay.
Stop
Wait
it.
a minute. Okay, bye. This is going to take some brain power to figure, the whole.
Yeah, and I took a lot of time playing with it and figuring out how I was going to use it. And the more I use it, the more I realize, gosh, it's so easy to copy and paste stuff like even if one of my consultants says, hey, can you send me the host special? I'm at work and I can't get to it. Wah, wah, wah. I can, because that happens. I'll just send them this link because it has the host special. It has the guest special. I added the discontinued list this week. I added the order form. And so when you're in here, like if I'm going to create a new one, say for example, all right, I've already done January. Oh no, I haven't done January yet. Okay, so when I copied, basically went copy notebook into the same notebook. So now I have it. I see how they both piped up, so I have the same thing. All right, so this one I'm just going to rename March. And then what I go through is I go through and I delete the
How are you deleting all that?
I'm hitting like if you know how you would backspace letters like that. Basically I'm doing that. I can hit the delete button, like, and it deletes the space before it, and it's just deleting the attachment. So, or if I wanted to highlight it, let me see if I can do that. Yeah, okay, so highlight it and then I hit the delete button.
So the items that you have in there, your host special, guest special, outside order form, you already went to the website and you saved those with your information, and then you're adding them to this?
Yes, because I want them to have my info on them.
Right. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
So it sounds labor intensive, but once you've done it,
it's done.
You have it for the whole.
Yeah. And so if I hit March, okay, so let's say in my hard drive here, I usually put my specials here. Have I even downloaded March yet? There we go. March host. Open, done. Now I haven't put my name on this yet, so I'll go back and fix this later. But then I hit the paperclip again. March guest. And because I'm dorky, what I would do is I see, oh, look at the colors that are in there. Okay, I want them to match.
Dorky. You're not dorky.
And I would say, I like that color because I want it to match. Because isn't that the color that the box had further down? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because I want it to match. So
we take the out because there's no double in March.
Right. So like sometimes I would just put like new, or whatever, new products.
Cookware, stoneware, rock rocks.
All right. And so same thing, like, okay, so there's your guest special. We're not going to have any discontinued stuff. And then I'm going to do my other attachment. And we got one more March order.
So somebody can print just part of this?
Yes. So like, okay, so and I'm going to change this tag. We want to get rid of the January tag. March.
I need a checklist.
All right, so I'm gonna copy the URL. Let me hit sync so it goes to Evernote. Like, remember when you have to sync our orders when you have to do P3 to the PWS?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Think of it like that. You got to sync it so that it drops down. In this case, we're moving it up from the computer up to Evernote.com.
So you have to do, okay.
Because I'm working so fast here, if I had left it, like I think it's set to sync every, I don't know how often.
Okay.
Hold on, what am I doing? Where did I just put that? Hyperlinks, March. I did do that right. Copy. And then all right, I don't know why I'm getting this error, but let me just do one that I know that works right now. Like, for example, this is my, So if I copied this note.
You missed the H.
Oh, I'm actually went over here. I want this one.
Okay.
Copy that one. Just so I can show y'all just if you were doing it right from Evernote and not with your Tiny CC. So that's why I send my hostesses here to pick their recipe. But with the PDF, it would be, you can have it expanded, or you can select to just have it so it has like a little teeny bar with
Did you just copy all of your stuff?
Yes, that's what I did, is I took somebody else's.
And how do we do that?
But we have to go in and edit. Like right now, I'm in the one that you had the recipe one. I'm in shared notebook, join notebooks.
This one? Oh no, just my recipes.
Yeah, just your recipes. You had it on the Facebook, the
Yeah.
Ryan Team thing. So I joined it, and it's in my join notebooks. I'm viewing it right now, and I have the recipe. So I clicked on grilled dessert pizza, but then how do I go to edit? That's what I was trying to figure.
Oh, that's what that's what I did.
I think because it's a share, if you're in the shared notebook.
Yeah.
Crap, I wish I had a shared notebook that I could do this with real quick.
Wait,
do you have a notebook? You can send me a link so I can play with it.
let's see here. Because I just did that dessert pizza one. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do that. All right, so I can share it with.
Not just the recipe. I want a whole notebook.
Well, that's the only thing that's in it right now.
Okay.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, so yeah, all right, I'll show you the whole notebook because it's only one thing. All right, so what's your email address?
Tiffany M. Foreman at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Right.
Okay. Tiffany M. Foreman. Okay, now it's not. Oh, okay. I have to put a here is the recipe notebook. Okay, share it.
Okay.
Tiffany M. Foreman at Gmail, you said?
Yeah. All right, so Lynn sent it through Evernote. I see how it came up through Evernote because it's like, it knows that's my email address. All right, so I click recipes. The shared notebook will be available when sync is complete. Okay.
So it syncs automatically.
Yep, it's syncing. All right, so I should have, all right, so see, I have my recipe folder, and now here's Lynn's. See, Lynn's only has one in it. Mine has 7. Okay, so if I go in here, what I probably would do is just take this, and I would drag it over to there and put it in mine. So that's what I've done, is I've taken like somebody else's recipe folder, and they've had like 100 recipes in there.
Okay, so a silly question is, I don't know if it's silly or not. That was emailed to you.
Yeah.
Now, I had the other one where I clicked on the link and it said join.
All right, so let's see if we can do that. Do you have a notebook, Debbie, you can send me?
Yeah, I'll do the fundraising one.
All right, send it to me like via Facebook text so I can get it.
Okay. So I just got to get the link then, right?
Yeah, the public link.
I can't even see my.
Oh, I got to do. So I'm on the note right now. It's actually a note. It needs to be a notebook. Wait, I have a notebook.
Yeah, we're trying to experiment with the notebook side of things.
Okay, so I have the notebook, and if I click on it, then I just copy the link up above, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Or you can click on it so it goes web-based and then send me that link.
I'm on the web. I'm on the.
Oh, you're on the web-based. Okay.
Actually, I think I'm on both things. So, okay. So, Tiffany, we already have that open. Okay, why isn't it letting me paste it? Sorry.
You're fine.
So we have to, like, if we are looking for something, like on Evernote, and if it's a shared notebook of yours, then we can find it. Is that what you're saying?
I think so, yeah. All right, so let's see. Here's Debbie's.
But do you have to be like connected to you or friends, or like how does it? Anybody can do
because
that.
I've made the link public, you can click on it.
Cool.
All right, so Debbie. This is your notebook. Okay, you've got everything in one notebook, I guess?
No.
No?
I have the fundraising one I sent you.
Oh, crap. Well, hold on.
Did I not send you the right thing?
When I click on this,
Yeah, no, the link, it should have been the fundraising. I don't even have all that stuff you have because I don't have March deals and deals. I did it actually from the, I think I'm on the, well, actually, no, I copied it from the web. Yes.
like up here, you would have copied it up here?
Yep. Mm-hmm. But I copied it from my computer base or whatever you want to call that.
All right, can you, since you made it public, type, okay, so it should be what? www.evernote.com/pub/
You know what? Maybe that's a problem. I didn't do pub.
We got to make it public.
All right. So share note? No. How do you, wait a minute. All right. I must be slow. Oh, share. No, that's still share though. Can I
No,
do-
you want modify sharing and then make it public.
Okay. So run me by that again. Where's the modify?
Web-based, it's right click, modify sharing.
Am I-
See, like Lynn's is cooking stuff 1. That must be your login, Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your login, Debbie? How does your login read?
I'm sorry. I was muting my phone.
How does your login read? Like Lynn's reads, like when she logs in, it's cooking stuff 1. What's your login?
It's not telling me that I'm a whatchamacallit. Copy note link.
Is it Debbie Cook?
Yeah. No, Pampered Cook.
Pampered Cook.
But I don't think I have a public. I'm still not following the public thing. I know what public is, but I don't know what. You know what? I have so many tabs open up here, which is part of the problem, I think.
Girls, I'm gonna have to run. I've got
Okay.
a call.
We're going to stay recording and then you can watch the rest of it.
Excellent. Tiffany, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. But it's, gonna take using it to get more familiar.
Yes.
So.
The recipes I find is a great thing to share with your customers so you're not emailing them attachments.
Okay, good idea. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. All right, so Debbie, are you web-based?
I am on I'm going to call it the computer one, not the web.
Right. Go to the computer one, right-click on the folder,
right click on
modify sharing.
Okay, that's right. Okay. I had so many tabs open, I didn't know where I was at before. Now I'm going to do publish.
Yes.
And then do done. Oh, I should have left you.
Well, then when you hit publish, click on that link to take you to the internet.
Yeah, except for I went too fast there.
What's the
Can I go to properties? Get it?
what's the file called? Is it fundraising?
Fundraisers.
All right, there we go.
Wow.
All right, so I want to join this notebook.
By the way, this is all the fundraising from Davina.
That's no problem. All right, now see, I have joined notebooks. I've joined Lynn's. I've joined whoever this person is.
Yeah, I have that one
I've now
too.
joined Debbie, and then Jessica Profit's the one that does the dinner stuff.
So now if you click on the fundraiser one and you want to edit something.
So if I go in here.
Or even the recipes one, whatever.
Hold on. I don't know if it's going to let me do it web-based. In a separate window. Copy notebook, link to clipboard. No, hold on. All right, let me go.
That was all I was getting, even with the recipe one. So that's why I was.
All right, so if I go back computer-based, let me just.
That's what I was on. Let me just go to computer.
All right, so.
Oh, I can go to recipes here. Maybe that's why I couldn't. I'm on computer-based.
All right, so see, there's your folder came through.
Okay.
But after you synced it.
Yep, I had to hit sync. And so, okay, so let me just go down here real quick and see if I edit this. You know what? This note is probably set up that it can't be edited.
I had it in Word.
It's locked.
That was my notes. I had it in Word. I copied it over to Word and saved it.
But with the note,
The public note?
let me look at
Maybe I had to share my note first.
okay, it says you can view notes. I can't edit them. So each notebook, you can make it so like when I shared my recipes.
Actually, it looks like all the notebooks you shared with us are read-only, which is fine. I don't know how I would save it for myself, so maybe you should go over that. But I mean,
Okay,
I'm
so
looking at those.
Fine.
let's take an example of this one. Copy URL. And since it's mine, I gotta log out so that all right, you would be able to hit save to Evernote. See this over in the right hand corner?
Oh, wait, let me
Yeah.
minus out you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, what were you doing?
So any link that I send you, you would go over to hit save to Evernote, and when you do, it's gonna ask you what folder you want to put it in.
Okay.
And that's why some of them were saying that they put everything in inbox and then I guess they move it around later. But I have a bunch of different, I don't do that. I just do the one step of putting it in the folder I want it to be in to end with.
So did you just open that? Because are you on the web base then?
Yes, like if I was to send you a link, it'd come to you web-based.
Okay.
Like anything that I was to share on the page, like all the ones that I shared on the retreat page,
Yes.
all these come up web-based to you for you guys. So like
Okay,
if I send this one, it's web-based and you got to hit save to Evernote.
So what I did is I went to the bottom to that little green elephant. That's what I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And I have your recipes. So I click on that per se, and all your recipe notes are there.
Yep.
Then what do we do?
You
Am I
would
not-
then,
Have a glass of wine.
yeah,
Yeah.
have a glass of wine. Okay, so now that they're in a notebook called recipe, because the link to this notebook is my link. It's pub Tiffany recipe. Okay, if you right click on mine, what does it say?
If I right click on the recipe notebooks that I have moved into my notebooks, is create notebook, present, rename, delete, add to stack, export notes, add to shortcuts, or properties.
Right, click properties for me. Does it show you what I see right here, the sharing and collaboration, or no?
No, it says recipe name, name is recipe, shared by is Tiffany M. Foreman. You can view notes, sync this notebook to my computer. When my notebook syncs, I can click down that too. It tells me how often I can sync it.
All right, so you can view them, you can't edit them. So
Okay.
to edit them, you need to put them in your own notebook.
Okay, so I'll make a new notebook.
How do you do that?
You hit plus notebook.
Oh,
You can right click on the word notebook also and come up with create
Create
notebook.
notebook. I'm sorry, we went over that at the beginning of the call. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you know
okay. I missed it.
You know what it is now that we're using it hands-on, that's why.
Yeah, so you can either click notebook or right click notebook.
Okay, so now I have one called, yours is called recipe, mine's called recipes.
Okay, so in there, you could then take all of these. Like, I wonder what would happen if I did this. If I took this, and let's say if I highlighted these, and I took a copy to notebook, and I'm going to put it in
Recipes. Okay.
this. Oh, I wonder if see how when I'm picking a notebook, it's coming up with somebody else's. See
Yeah.
how this one says cooking stuff? Because that's Lynn's.
Right.
So if I put them in Lynn's, well, crap, she's not on here for me to see. Okay, let me put them in fundraiser, even though that's not what they are.
Right.
Let me put them in there.
I can edit it now.
Oh, that's cool.
I did what you did. I copied those like you highlighted them, and I moved them into my recipes folder.
And now you can edit them. And so
Yeah.
that's what I did is when somebody shared their folder with me, I went through and say they had 100 of them in here. I highlighted them all. I dragged them into my folder. And then I went through at the bottom of them. And I just like one time I pulled one of mine up. And I highlighted all of this and I pasted it over and over and over and over again. Like, I mean, yeah, it took some time, but now they're all mine.
Yay!
Okay. So now
Well,
what I
we
want to
can
give
do
all
that
my
with your
customers. What?
we can do that with your host letter or what
You
know,
can do that with any notebook I give you. Yeah. Like, so the one, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh crap. Okay, hold on. So like all of these links that I've shared with you guys,
right.
these are all public folders that or public notebooks that if you were to click Tiffany's fundraiser one, it takes you web-based. You join it. All right, sign in. This is what was happening at Nancy Joe's. I kept having to hit sign in. All right, so now you guys can see all my notes. And you can just copy them into your own, like if you join it, I don't think I can join my own, I guess. But if you join it, it's then going to make you it's going to add it over here to your list of folders.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the link to that was in the Facebook group.
Did I do that yet?
Right.
I can do that. Hold on. What I should do is go like this. Copy URL. And then go over to Nancy Joe's page.
Oh, you're the best.
All right, so there you got them.
You're the best. Thank you.
So, you know, now all you have to do is when you click this, it's going to take you web-based. All right, and then you just got to click on each one. I mean, if you want to save them all, you can knock yourself out. Save them all.
So when you click on it, it will open up and tell us what's in there.
Yeah, so like if you look at just station style, this one doesn't have as many as my recipes because I don't do all those recipes at shows.
Right.
But yeah, you can see all the ones I've got typed out. Or those, those were somebody else's that I just copied. But like, okay, so there's my broccoli ring. Station 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so take us back to the somebody else's. Did you already change it to yours at the bottom or?
Oh, this one in station style, I don't usually put my name at the bottom.
Okay.
Because it's only me or my team accessing it.
Gotcha.
But in my, in the notebook that I publicly share with my hosts and guests and stuff. All right, I'm gonna go back there, recipes. Yes, all of these, as I copy them in there, I would go and copy my name to the bottom.
Gotcha.
I'm doing that right now.
One thing we did before too is if any of the recipes you're gonna take from the website and you're gonna, like this one, I think, this one was Pampered Chef, wasn't it, or no?
I think so.
It looks like it.
Okay, so if you go to your own website and copy the steps, when you it automatically hyperlinks the products, and when the person was to click on it, like this is going to take us to the website. Uh-oh, I don't know why it went to Lynn's and not mine.
Oops.
But it usually takes them all to my webpage.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to show you guys real quick too before I forget is when we were, say, logged in to, this is what I was doing at Nancy Joe's the other night. Say you're on a web page. I'm trying to think of something. I don't know.
Or you were looking at all of our stats, or you were saving our stats for
Yeah,
Nancy
like
Joe.
when I was saving my stats. Okay, I guess I don't care if you guys see my stats. They're not that impressive. All right, so
You're impressive, though.
yeah. All right, so I'm logging into my website.
By the way, I just hyperlinked something. Thank you.
Yay!
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go to Consultants Corner. All right, so this is what I was doing for her and Paula and all them. All right, so in Consultants Connection. Oh, where's the other button? Okay, where? Oh, there it is. They added 2 buttons, another button yesterday, I guess.
Yeah, and it wasn't working yesterday when I tried it.
All right, so what we were doing is we were going into the prior year comparison, and I'm only one person, I'm only one director. So let me make sure I have it. Up here in my browser, and I may not have it, so hold on. All right, so it's called an add-on. And so I use Firefox as my browser, so you would just need to make sure it was for whatever browser you use.
Why do you use Firefox? You have a Gmail account, but you don't use Chrome?
No, I don't know why.
Okay, I just wondered if there was, like, you know, we all want to be just like you, Tiffany, so I thought maybe there was.
Stop it. I think, like, I used Internet Explorer for a really long time. Like, when I was in college, that was the thing. We were moving from Netscape to Internet Explorer. And then when I got out of college, it was like, oh, you're not using Firefox? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And so I just moved here, and it's just like, you can see up here, I have Google bookmarked. I'll go there for whatever I need.
I use Google Chrome, you know, like for my internet, but a lot of times I have to go into like Firefox when you talk to home office sometimes because
Yes.
sometimes things aren't working right. For some reason, Firefox works better.
And that might have been one of my solidifying factors too, because they were like, what browser are you using? Because the reports wouldn't work or whatever. All right, so let's go back over to where's Consultant Connection. Okay, so here's my stuff. Now, you could literally print this out and you'd have a hard copy of it. But what they wanted me to do is save it to Evernote. So now that I downloaded the Clipper, see how my little elephant up here?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if I hit elephant, I gotta log in real quick.
So it's kind of like a screenshot in a way?
Yes.
And I thought I did that with mine the other night, but evidently I did something wrong.
All right, so save. And I think it asked me like what folder I wanted it in. So I guess for me, like, it doesn't really matter. I'd probably put it in my personal one because that's the one I go to. All right, and I just hit save. And you can edit
Folder or no?
Like I could go in here, Tiffany PY comparison. If I could spell. Right. I don't know why it's taking a minute, but it is. Maybe I saved it 6 times. I don't know. I thought when I did it on Nancy Joe's, it was quicker. Let me just go over here and see. All right, it's thinking. But that's a thing you can do. So like when you see anything you want to save, you need the Clipper web-based to just download it in there. A lot of times what I do is like this is like this you would not want to copy and paste because it will look all jacked up. But if it was a recipe, I would copy and paste it because I'd probably move, I can edit it. And it's just going to copy the text.
Right. This way you can't, well, you wouldn't want to, but you can't really edit. Can you add notes to it? Like,
yeah, because it's just like like if you were to, why this is not moving over here. Hold on. Let's see if it saved it. No. Okay, so I must be doing something wrong on the Clipper side of things. It may be because I'm screen sharing. Sometimes I can't do everything I want to do when I'm screen sharing.
mm-hmm.
So let me stop screen share for a second. All right, so let me go back. I'm gonna make you guys small for a second.
The smaller the better.
Oh, wait a minute. What is? All right. I'm not really sure why it's not saving. Nancy Joe's was working perfectly the other night. So, but just like if you had, it basically like imports it almost like a PDF. So if you had, let me go back up to screen share. All right, so it should have just dropped down, like hers just dropped down all into one notebook. And so it's almost like a, say for example, this only has links. I'm trying to think of something that has pictures in it. All right, so it should basically be almost like a picture, and you'd be able to go down here and like type whatever you want underneath, because the thing that downloads, it's all like almost like a picture. So you could like say, Susie did great on whatever. And then it would save underneath the picture of her stats.
Oh.
So if you wanted to do that, you could definitely do that. So that's a great tool to be able to use too, is to be able to use that clipper for whatever reason. I don't know why mine's not working. Well, this is the first time I've downloaded it, so I probably should read the quick start guide to see if I needed to do anything else.
Yeah.
Launch the clipper, start clipping, and a da.
So when you,
Okay.
all right, I just had a brain freeze. Where did you find the clipper to start with? You just
Google. I Googled Evernote clipper.
Okay.
So yeah, if you just Google Evernote and see, as I started to put it in, it knows like what you want to put in, whatever browser you're using.
Right. Okay.
All right, so that's another thing that you can definitely use it for. Okay, let me close out some of these windows.
And you can do that from, I have things on my phone. I have things on my husband's, laptop. I have things on mine. So you can download that on each one and then get it all onto Evernote.
That's why, like, if I'm working on this and then I get in my car,
yeah,
I can like access it there. And that was really handy, is like when my mom was going through, like my mom's folder that was through her cancer treatments, I could like type on my iPad, but one day my iPad died. So then I just moved over to my phone. And so I just typed it in. It's not as easy on my phone, but I could do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm trying to think of what else. There was something else that
Thank you so much for taking your time for this.
You're welcome. Now, a lot of, like, I was looking at, I think Chris Madden and I were trying to figure out hers. She has her stuff tagged a lot. So think of them as like kind of like hashtags. You see over here to the right where you can see these tags. So you can see I haven't done them with all of them, but I've done them with some of them. So like for this Apple one, I could tag it apples. And there's already 7 other things tagged apples. So I'm going to tag that one apples. What's this one?
Something was made with the brownie pan. You could tag brownie pan.
Yep.
So
DCB. I see the pumpkin, 2 ingredient pumpkin cakes. You could tag it with pumpkin, right?
Yep. So
I mean,
yeah,
too obvious.
If I could spell right.
What's the purpose of the tag?
All right, so then what you can do later on, this is also brownie pan.
And say you want to find something that's made with chicken, you could tag it chicken, and then you can search by tags, and then you would be able to find
the tags. See, they almost make little folders for you.
Wow.
So, like, if I wanted to look up just like,
man, that's cool.
Yeah, booking. I got 5. There's 5 tags of booking. So let's see what the notes are. There's the 5 notes that have bookings tagged.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of how hashtags work on social media. I don't know. Do you guys know that for social media?
No.
All right. So like when you're on social media and you want something that's been like that might be trending right now. Like I use the hashtag for my whenever I find a kitten video that I like, I hashtag it love kitties so that I can show my kids later. So when you type in that hashtag, anything that's been hashtagged like that comes up. So like when Pampered Chef does it, like let's like they told us like hashtag, I don't know, we'll just do Pampered Chef for now. Anyone who's used that hashtag, hold on.
It's a way for everybody to find something. I saw on Facebook recently that you can search for like, what was that recipe that was popular, Italian ricotta cake or cookies?
Yeah.
And you can search, like we can all search for that on Facebook.
See
A
these
friend of mine had a
arrows over
Halloween
here?
party.
This means that this hashtag is trending. Or even like the name, like Celine Dion's husband is trending. That's what that little thing means right there. So that means a lot of people are either posting about it or whatever. I'm trying to think of something else. Like if we were to look up David Bowie, essence of his thing on the other day. So anything that had David Bowie in it is gonna, is gonna come up. Even though whether it's you posted it or not, like I didn't post any of this.
Right. Like you could search for my friend's Halloween party because she told everybody to take pictures and hashtag it with a certain hashtag.
Yeah.
Which is why people are doing this for weddings now. There's wedding hashtags.
Yes. And like it's really popular on Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was actually used on Facebook. I
Yes,
thought it was just
So
another.
if you ever watch my stuff, like yesterday there was something I posted, it was about raising kids. I use the hashtag raising them right. And so anything that I hashtag raising, like, you're raising your kids correctly, thank you, I'll tag that and then I can come back to it. Well, I also think raising your kids to love Star Wars is another way. So that's why that will come up under Star Wars too, Like put your laundry away. Like, so that's kind of how that works.
Okay.
But the same thing with
I
Evernote
have no idea of that.
is if you use a tag, it's the same way. It just kind of narrows down, the search by what you've tagged it with. That's why, like, the recipe folder that I borrowed from that other person, I don't remember who it was, she had tagged all of her recipes, and I didn't have to do any of them. All the tags transferred.
Wow.
So, yeah, like this one, apple sangria. It's hashtagged apples, drinks, sangria, wine.
Okay.
So if I wanted to, like, I don't know how many times I've used the word wine, but let's just say, I wanted to find something else with wine in it. I could do that because I've tagged it. Now, this is another quick thing. When you guys were looking at my team meeting thing, and you asked me about the attachment, let me just find it. Okay. So, when we get meeting handouts and sometimes it's like 3 or 4 pages. All right, where's that one? Hold on. Is this the right year? No, this is not the right year. Hold on. Let's try that again. We want 2016, not 15. Okay, here we go. I told you they all look the same. All right, so here's the handout. All right, so this handout is only that one page. Okay, see page 1 of 1? But when we got it from home office, it was like 3 or 4 pages. So what I do is I downloaded, I Googled PDF printer. All right, so team meeting folder 2016. All right, January handouts. Okay, so these are the ones that came from home office. All right, so this was what, 3 pages, right? All right, well, I wanted to be able to send my out-of-town girls this, but I didn't want them to necessarily have to worry about pages 2 and then pages 3 on the handout, right? So when I print this, I go File, Print, and the printers that come up are like the one I'm connected to at home. And then here's the one I use is called Primo PDF. Nitro is one too. I don't know why I have 2, but Primo PDF comes up. And I can tell it I only want to print page 1. And it converts, well, it's basically printing to a PDF. Oh, did I hit them both? Hold on.
So you first have to, for me, I first have to save all this to my computer and then do that, right?
Yeah, I save them to my computer.
Okay. You can't do it right from the website.
Not to make it just one page. This is something that I do. And so there's actually the one I did. I'll just rename it. So now when it comes up, it's just the one page.
Gotcha.
So that when I attach it in the notes, I only want that to be the one page. See? They don't need the other things.
Right.
So anytime there's a PDF that I need to break it, because PDFs, I don't have the updated, like, I don't have the, like, paid for Adobe where you can break PDFs into individual pages. I just do it like that. I print it so it's just the one page, but it's not really printing it. It's just making it its own PDF.
Right.
And I'll do the same thing. Like, say I have a Word document that I don't want anybody to edit. Say I didn't want you guys. This is what I did when I sent it to Nancy Jo for the notebook thing. Is I just went print, and I changed it to a PDF.
In Evernote.
That's not Evernote. This is just Googling a PDF converter. Primo PDF is the one that I use. But then it made it into a one page. You just got to save it somewhere where you can find it. I'll just put it on my desktop for now. So there it is. It's not a Word document anymore. It's a PDF document. So y'all, like, my team can't go in here and edit it.
Right. So then once you do that, then you save it to Evernote.
Yep, then I can drop it in Evernote. So, like, if I wanted to, like, when we get all the handouts from other people or whatever, from the Sweet 16, I will go in and hit, like, whatever. I don't know if Marna had one or not, but let's just say she did. I'll just hit the attach button and I'll put it in there. The paperclip is the attach. Now, if you guys notice, let me see if I can find that again. This was this Marna. When I was using this on my iPad, I drew this on my iPad. Okay, my handwriting is really bad, or like trying to draw on your iPad. But I was able to draw, and then it inserts it directly into my notes.
Nice.
But so I did that one there. But then when, Debbie, didn't you talk about fundraisers?
Yes.
Was this
There.
fundraisers? Okay, so see, I just took a picture right in Evernote and it added it right then. So this is on my tablet when I did that. So on the tablet menu looks a little different. Like there's a bar down here. It's either up here, it's one place, it's either above or below, but it has almost like the insert picture icon or take a picture icon. Like, with Facebook has that too when you're in the Facebook app. I just decided to take a picture and then I just put it right in there. Now see, it's huge. Obviously the postcard wasn't that big sitting on the table. So this is an instance where if I wanted to make this smaller, I would cut it. I would open Word, like I showed you guys this earlier. All right, and I just would start a new Word document real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Just give me a new Word.
File new.
I wanted that. I didn't want to take the tour. I think it's what I accidentally clicked.
That's because you're going so fast.
I know, right? Okay, so there's the new Word, and I hit paste. So there's Debbie's thing, but it's so big, I can just drag it.
Right, can make it smaller.
And make it smaller so it's like you can see it in the note better. Oh, here's her note. And then I would just paste it. All right, so now they're not the same size, but you get the idea of what you can do with a picture.
Which will really annoy you. You know that, right?
I know, I'll have to fix it later. But I mean, those are just some of the things I do. Like, especially note taking, like I prefer to type my notes. And then when Patty started uploading all the videos, I just copied all the YouTube videos right on in my notes. So now if like the other day, my team, or I posted when I got back from out, I was like, guys, here, look, you need out and about stuff. You need people, or you need to find people. So I'm like, here are my notes, and here's the YouTube videos embedded in there. Take this, copy. And then I just went into like my team page. Now I wrote something beforehand, but you get the idea. You can just paste that. big obnoxious link. And see how it like previews it for you?
Wow.
And I can just hit post. I'll delete that in a second. But when they click on it, it's going to go web-based. But they're going to see the YouTube video and all my notes.
Nice.
So they can just go right here and click this now that Patty's uploaded all these. And there you go.
Come on, raise your hand.
So that's so much easier to do that than it is to open Word, or first be at my computer to open Word, to copy and paste that in to an email or whatever. I just send them the link.
And you can send that link through Pampered Chef's postcards or whatever.
Oh yeah, the little, like if you were to go into Consultants Corner and you wanted to like go to the like say
ones.
yeah, like if you were in your tracker and you wanted to send somebody yeah, say you wanted to send these 3 a note.
Right.
Send card.
If you can copy anything through the, okay, that's,
Whatever this one is, select, I don't know. And then there you go. I mean, I would write something first, like
right,
this
right.
link to a bookings training. You know, but yes, you can totally use that, especially since we have more choices with those cards now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me go back to my notes and see if we covered, what was my training called? Oh, I was.
A fun fact, while we were going through all this, I realized that those numbers from 2014 are still there.
Yes, we were all hyper trying to make sure we got them, and they're still there. So I don't know when they'll start disappearing.
So even though I didn't do it correctly the first time, now I have another opportunity. So if I'm on Pampered Chef's website and I have the little Evernote clipper, I just click that and save it, and it should be good.
Yes. And what they were doing is they were doing it for each director. So you could do it for each person on your team, you know, or however many people you want. But so like if you were to go back to the Sweet 16 notebook, like I had added some pictures and stuff in here for you guys, which we kind of went over. You can hit the button over here to the right to copy the link, the notes link, or you can use the right click and copy the notes link. And then that's what if you wanted to paste it to your team. And then when you get somebody else's note, you just have to click the button in the top right hand corner that says Save to Evernote. And we did the public versus private and making sure you publish it. And then there's the group is called the Evernote Rockstars. So like there is some training in there too. Let's see if this comes up. All right, so there's 2,300 people in this group.
Ooh.
But I'll go through like and if there's any, like I'll just kind of scroll through here, like you want to, you know, read over their pin post and getting organized, whatever, blah blah blah. But I'll go through and say, oh, look at her. She made an Evernote with all the discontinued products and pictures. Let me look at that. And so as it loads, let me move y'all's little faces again. All right, it's taking a minute to load, I bet you, because there's a lot of pictures. We'll give it a second. So yeah, like, so they're posting a lot of those notes now. And I'll just scroll and see if there's anything worthy for me to save over. What I did do is, like, when the virtual parties thing came about, as I saved, they had a lot of their outlines saved. And so I have a virtual parties one now that when they post their, like their outlines, I grab them and save them over here. And then, like, some of them I didn't want to edit. I wanted to make sure that their copy stayed intact because I wanted to be able to go back to it. So I just made, like, I just copied it. So I would go on right click, copy notebook, this one, copied to notebook, and this left it in the same notebook but renamed it. So that's why it has Tiffany's edition. All right, so let's go back and see what this one looks like. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
So she, instead of having it as a list, she has a picture and a price and an item number for every single thing that's on there. So what I would do, and she doesn't even have her name on it.
That's even better.
That's even better. So what I would do is I'd hit save to notebook. I want to drop it in, I don't know where I'd want, probably in hyperlinks, because I might probably share that whole thing with somebody. Okay, so it's waiting on Evernote to save it.
Unable to pause.
Okay, so here's the issue. Because it's got a bunch of pictures in it, I can't save it because I only have the basic, and I have like a cap on how much I can save, and pictures are what creates a lot of that.
Gotcha.
So like if you have a lot of things that are just words, like you could probably do words all forever and never hit this allowance thing. But the pictures do, because you just, like on your phone, pictures take up more space than text.
Right.
So same thing with Evernote. So I can't save it. So I'll have to just use the one that I did yesterday. Which is, mine just looks like this.
Which has the pictures too. So
Yeah, which has a few pictures. I added those in there yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and what I did is once I created this, I just copied and pasted in there. Then I made it into a tiny CC so that I can just share this, as opposed to going hit this one and share. This one's a lot longer.
And what's the YouTube video there? Did you do that or someone else?
Let's see. I think somebody else did it. I think it's a flip-o-gram. Oh, is that the right one? Yep. So flipgram.
On the YouTube channel, I see.
No, it's on Charlotte's channel.
I mean, it says YouTube in the upper left.
Oh yeah, well,
excuse me, I have to run. I have a call I have to do at noon. But
okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
She used flipogram or whatever that thing is, and she just uploaded it to YouTube. So she created it through another program. I saw them talking about that. I've only done one flipgram video, but I basically copied it from somebody else. But you can set it, like they have music that is free. But she must have the version that, it can be longer than mine. I think the only ones I did can only be 30 seconds. All right, so let me just exit out of this. Oh, where are we? Okay. All right, any other questions I can help with?
No, you're awesome.
Okay.
We'll have more questions after we play for it.
Yeah, you definitely got to play with it. And like I said, I've been using this for 2 years now. So, like now when I go to conference, like the last time we went to conference, like I had a folder, I'm sure, called National Conference somewhere. I just remember where I put it. Oh yeah, well, there's 2014. And so there's all the notes from all the sessions. So I've just kind of got in the habit of doing that now. And it's just on the go. It's just a lot easier not to be tied to my computer because I can use my phone or I can use my iPad.
And how do you take notes on the go? You must have I
have a keyboard.
Your iPad must have a keyboard, so you can type easy.
Yes. I would not be able to do it if I had to type on the face of the iPad. So I bought my iPad case as a keyboard in it so that I can do that. And let me stop screen sharing for a second. All right, so my iPad, I just got a new one. So it has a regular keyboard. So it just sits in the keyboard.
So it's his bag. You spent the money to get one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even when I take orders at shows, it's totally worth it. Like type in their names and addresses and stuff. That is.
And it shows you don't use the app. You go to the consultant's corner portion.
No, I use the app. I use the app
You
at
do?
every show. But when I am typing in like their order, like to type their first name, last name, email address, then go over to the next screen to type in their item numbers. I just type in their item numbers across the top, space in between each one, and then hit add to cart. I'm still faster on a keyboard than I am on the like thing that pops up on the iPad.
Me too.
So I would rather use that. And then another thing I was sharing with a consultant yesterday is I got this from somebody else within the past month to 6 weeks, is I typed this up and printed it out. Let me pull it up real quick. You guys might be able to see that. All right, I'll read it to you, but you see it's one sheet of paper. I just took a picture of it from my on a piece of paper, but it says, "We're glad you're here. Please take a second to check in. Go to the link below and add your RSVP." So it's pamperedchef.com/go/ and then you fill in the show name. So I've been making customized links to all my shows, now that we can do that. So I just make the show link the hostess name and then my show number. So it could be like Christine 1009. So when they get there, I say, hey, before we get started, go to your web browser, type in pamperedchef.com/go/ Christine 1009, and it pulls up to the show that I'm currently doing. And they go in an RSVP right there. Yes. And then all of their names show up in my iPad by the time I go to checkout.
If they weren't invited that way, would you still do it that way, or they would then just add themselves?
Yeah, they just add themselves because I don't use the website for invites, so
Okay.
nobody's invited.
Right. Okay.
I don't have an invite list for them to go by.
All right. So when they click yes, they're attending, then they just add their information right then and there.
Yeah, and then I don't have to type it.
Right. Exactly. I've passed around my tablet and said, can you check in or whatever.
Yes. So this is preventing me from passing out. I don't pass out my tablet. God
Right.
forbid somebody was to drop it. But, and they're all on their phones anyway. So
I like that.
I got this from somebody else. Now, my last show was, I did it the show that I had like December 7th, my last bigger show. The last one I had in December was too small. But actually I got there late. But this one, I had a lot of people, and I actually had brought another consultant with me to help me take orders. But this worked out great.
Right.
So there was a few of them that they were like, I don't know how to do it. But I'm like, no, go to your web browser. Like, go to whatever you use, Safari, Chrome, whatever you use, and just type that in.
So you just had a sign up with that? That was the sign that you just posted somewhere at the party?
Yeah, I showed it to you. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a full sheet of paper that I have in my show bag. Like, I have it in a sheet protector.
Oh, okay.
So I can, I just typed it up because whoever shared it was a screenshot, not something you could save and edit. So I just retyped it.
There you go.
And it was, it's only like 3 lines. And I wanted to make it really big. And I want to say like maybe mine is vertical and hers is horizontal, but I wanted to put it on my tablet stand.
Right.
So I typed it and made the font really big so that I could, you could edit it that way for yourself.
Right. And what was the exact wording?
Okay, it says, I can share it on Auntie Joe's page because I have it in my camera roll right now.
That's
but
fine.
It says, we're glad you're here. Please take a second to check in. Go to the link and add your RSVP. And then it just has pamperedchef.com/go. And then you get to write this / and I have like a dry erase marker.
Ah, smart idea.
Or actually, I didn't take a dry erase marker because if you touch them, they'll wipe off.
Right.
I have an overhead marker. Like an overhead. Yeah. So I have that. So I have to like Windex it or whatever when I get home and wash it off, but it doesn't get wiped off in my transition.
Right. Exactly. Smart idea.
Yeah.
So when they do that, it allows them to enter their information, and I know email is mandatory. Does it say that the phone is optional? Because that's one of the things I don't like about the app is it, like they can choose not to add their own phone number.
No, I forget what it looks like on their side. So I'd have to pull up an open show and look at it.
Okay.
And then the consultant I was talking to yesterday, she was like, well, couldn't they just do their order right there? And I'm like, they could if they wanted to. So I hadn't made it that far yet for them to go ahead and start their order and then come to me to like check out officially. Because I still want to talk to them.
Right.
But yeah.
That's one thing I like about adding their information myself is that I get their phone number. I don't let it be optional, but if they get a hold of it and they don't choose to add it, then it's hard. Like I don't notice that necessarily.
Well, when I get home, I copy and paste their phone number. I mean, I put their phone number from their door price slip. I take my door price. That's the only thing I take home is their door price slip. So I tell them they have to fill that out completely. It's the only thing I take home. And, you know, God forbid something happens and I need to get in touch with you. I got to have your phone number and your address on that sheet of paper.
Okay.
Because I have my own door price slip and I can send you guys that video too. But I have that's kind of like my door price slip is like my organizational office management thing. Because I don't use the company issued door price slips. So, all righty. Anything else, guys?
I think that's it. Thank you so much. I'm playing right now. I added some of the recipes over slowly and so that I can edit each one and know I edited them before I keep adding more.
That's right. So you just, you know, take your time, play with it. You know, if there's one thing you're going to do, just work on the recipes. And so like a lot of us I know have recipes saved in Word on our hard drive. Like that's what I would do is I would open each one and copy and paste them into Evernote. Plus another thing you know is Evernote's web-based. So as long as you've sunk it up, you and your computer dies, they're all still there.
I love that you don't even have to click the save button.
No. So the first
Can I ask a basic question again? I'm sure you went over this 5 times, but since we're still on the phone with you, tell me one more time. So when I pull up a recipe that I just borrowed, saved, whatever from you, and it says it's locked, what's the first thing I want to do so that I make it mine?
Copy it into one of your notebooks.
So I have to create. So could I can't change the name of your notebook because it's yours, but I can add my own.
Yeah. And you can tell how many, even though like I think Debbie sent me one or either Lynn sent me one, it was called recipes too. Like you can have duplicate names. I just know mine has 207 files in it and hers has 1. So I know which one is mine.
What I did is hers was called recipe. So I created a notebook called recipes and I just highlighted a few at a time. And I drag them into the other one. Like you can.
And some people call it like Tiffany's recipe box,
right?
Or something like that.
Okay. All right. And then what was for highlighting a bunch of files at once?
Say that one more time.
What was your quick tip for highlighting a bunch of files at one time?
You click on one, click on your first one, and then hold the shift button down, and click on the last one, and it highlights everything in between.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something different. That I knew how to do.
Yeah, if you if you want to do individually, you do the control and you click.
It'll say once you highlight them it'll say what do you want to do, and you just say
it clusters them all together visually, like on the bottom of the page. It makes them all look like you had thrown a bunch of paper on the floor.
And it'll say you want to move it to what folder or copy it to what folder or whatever.
And then you just basically drop it in your own.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I'm so excited for you guys to get organized.
Thank you. I am too.
Okay. Well, good luck and report back hey, this is what I got done in Evernote today. Put it on that page and we'll get other people excited too.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right, guys. Happy Friday.
Thank you.
You too.
Appreciate all your time.
Bye.
Bye.